Good morning, everyone. It's a bright new day where we're just coming here to make sure that we are here to strengthen our spirits and strengthen our souls and strengthen just the day that has started this morning. It's the day that the Lord has made to be glad in it. So I just say good morning, all rise and shine. I'm happy to be here once more on Tuesday 18th with this topic. Tuesday the 18th, the year is galloping, the year is coming to an end. So for us who come on this show every day, Monday to Friday, we are here just to make sure that whatever it is that we have to do, we do it with you. And as you know, on Monday, you joined with Rev Water. On Tuesday is today, yours truly. Wednesday is Mompreneurs with Sampa. And Thursdays with Dr. Nelly Kangwa. And Fridays, we've reserved it with our partner, New Image, health tips on prevention is better than cure using food supplements. And health tips is a mindset change issue. When we are saying we have to manage our health so that we can be in the will of life, it is a mindset change issue. We have to make the decision. So this morning with the topic, it's a new morning, a new mindset, and we're talking detoxing as the master key to change. Before I go any further, I just want to assure you that these things that we come to talk to you on these days is deeply researched. And we have been here for 5 years. It was 5 years in April. Next year, April, it will be 6 years. We started this to counteract the effects of COVID-19 when it came in 2020. And this is 2025. So 2026, it's going to be 6 years, and we are still counting. It's been a resilience. It's been being consistent constantly, so that we wake up despite the noise. Like today, you see, Rev Water is not in the studio, but we are here together because he said in the morning we will manage to do this, whether there's someone in the studio with you or not. Why there's always someone in the studio is sometimes the internet plays up and you're kicked out. We don't want the show to have blank. So each one of us, either Rev Water, Dr. Nelly, or myself, or Sampa can pick up, and because we all talk about the same thing of being intentional, of being consistent, and of taking action of the things that we do on a daily basis. So this is why we come on this platform. So as I was researching this topic, it confirmed one thing, that when life becomes too loud for you to hear your own purpose, it is not a sign to push, harder. It is a sign to sit back, rethink, and detox the things that are there. So this is a powerful truth. It further revealed that you cannot step into a new season with an overload minded. When you've got an overload in the mind and a tired spirit, change will not start. Change will not be there. So the beginning is exploring how to accept who you are. How we accept who you are is we use the mirror image. This mirror image is reflecting someone you know, is reflecting. I didn't get any water today. Someone who is reflecting who we are and who we want to become, and just how we are going to make sure that whatever we do, we are doing it first of all to ourselves and then to the rest of our community, because you cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give what you don't have. So these are some of the things that we need to manage in the way that we want to explore and refine ourselves in our thinking. And this is the mind that we carry. So we have to accept and make sure that whatever it is that we want to do is equal to our task. And what is this? It's detoxing the mind, detoxing your heart, detoxing the inner environment becomes, the first step towards, being clarity, having energy, and real transformation. We have to accept, we have to detox, and we have to restart, because these are the things that we need to be doing on a daily basis. And we are saying we have to focus. What are we going to focus on? Detoxing as the foundation of the mindset change process. I hope you are ready to reflect. You are ready to release the odd things. You are ready to prepare how you are going to detox, and also ready to rise in the actions that you are going to take. And I just want us to go back a little bit and just say, what is detox? What is a detox? Detox is the intentional process of clearing out what is no longer serving you, so that something new, healthier, something more productive can take roots in your mind. It is the first and most essential step in any transformation. Things do happen. Things do happen every single day. They are happening, in our own homes. I'm sure in every family, there are people who you are even thinking, oh, this person needs to detox. In our office space, there is someone who thinks we need to detox with this person. There's someone in our church, in our community, who we know needs a detox. So where is this starting from? It's starting from you being aware. Once you're aware, you accept, and you move on to the things that you want through action. And I'm saying this, just like someone who wants to lose weight. How are you going to begin? To lose weight begins by detoxing, to flush out all the toxins and reset the body. Anyone seeking mindset change must release mental and emotional clutter first. You cannot pour new habits, new thinking, and new purpose into a system that is already overloaded with old patterns. We've got great programs, we've got great, things that are happening around us. We've got great things that, you want to introduce a new brand, you want to introduce a new strategy, you want to introduce, just something new. You cannot just start it, but first of all, talk about the things that are working, talk about the things that are not working, talk about now how you're going to merge those two things, so that, because it's not all the time that things, you just want, every time you want a new thing. And this is why sometimes when we talk about, even when there is, for example, a change of government, you're not going to have all the new people that you think are going to do something that is, what the new strategy entails. There are people that has to have what is called institutional memory, so that they tell you that this is up to here, this we started here, and this is going there. So if you take everyone at the same time, then you find that you have got those gaps. And because our nature, which does not allow proper succession planning, so you think everyone that is coming after you, or that was there before, is an enemy, or they don't know what they were doing, so we're always restarting. And that, because we lack detoxing first, so that we can input, the new things and sieve the good things that are there, so that we can be able to continue and be able to just ride with the things that are needed. We can take, even when you take a vehicle for service, for maintenance, they take out the old oil, because new oil cannot be added until the old bent out oil is drained. The engine only performs well after the detox has happened. Why is this? In the same way, detox in mindset change means clearing fear. A lot of us have got fear of the unknown. A lot of us doubt, and a lot of us have got resentment. A lot of us always place, the old thinking is always in front of you, where even if people have shifted, you who has not shifted, because you think the people are still the same, you are in that backstage where you're always pushing, the bad agenda, the bad energy, and so you don't see change happening. So if we have to change, we have to also align, everything that we want, to do. So this means, like I said, clearing fear, clearing doubt and resentment, clearing fatigue. A lot of us are fatigued because of the things that we carry. Every day we are so tired. We are tired, when we wake up, it's 10 hours. You are tired. Why? You are fatigued because of the things that you're carrying. What are you thinking about? And also these sometimes are limiting beliefs that, you need to take out these limiting beliefs to create that space for clarity, for growth, and new possibilities. When we are actually in our mindset change, class, we ask people the three things. The first thing is, what are you good at? Those are your strengths. The next question is, what would you like to change? Those are your weaknesses that you don't need to have, in order for you to grow. And the last thing is, what would you like to be, or where would you like to be? If it's an organization, if it's an individual, where is it that you'd like to be? And because it's an organization, we're dealing with this individual. So this individual, when they're asked, where do you want to be in the few years, those are the opportunities that an individual has. Those are the opportunities that the institution has to rise to that, the great place that they want to be. So these new possibilities will only be there if you detox and you make sure that you are running, that race where you know where you're going to stop. So without detox, change becomes slow, change becomes heavy, and change is very frustrating. With detox, change becomes natural and sustainable. Whatever it is that one wants to do, we have to sustain it. So let's dive into a new morning, a new mindset, why detox is the master key to change. I can tell you that over the last few weeks, myself, life has been speaking to me in deep and unsuspected ways. My birthday on the 1st of November brought for me a great reflection with joy and belonging. I said, oh my goodness, people that have come to celebrate me, even if those people that did not come, the wishes that I received, I felt I belonged to someone, to something that was good. I felt joy. And then came the funerals in my family, which brought perspective. And I was like, oh, wow, where you see your best friends, your sister, the best friend to your daughter, you're just friends telling you, oh, I couldn't come to your birthday because we had a bereavement in the family. Oh, there has been just so many funerals over since this October and November. There's just been so many funerals. So I was saying, oh my God, what is this? So, but especially funerals in my family, which brought me so much perspective. I sat back and I said, And the thing that hit me the most, like when we were dealing with the funeral of my late sister, Mwamba, I was like, I thought of my mom. I thought the way my mom and her mom were siblings. So I was thinking, how can one make a difference in these things? And I was thinking, reflecting, the energy was going to all my people and our biggest, surviving auntie. When I arrived, they said, we've thought of you as someone who can carry the name of your sister. Your sister was, special. She was like this. And somehow you fit into that. And we know that, the children know you. And I was made to actually what we call in our language, drink the water to accept the name and some responsibilities of what that person had. And I was so overwhelmed with honor, I've just been like, wow, at least there are some people who actually know, or my family knows who I am and the capacity that I hold and the love that I have for my family. And, just the, belonging, to this, big family. So I felt really honored. So, and the same things the challenges. When you're thinking of detoxing, I thought of the challenges in the business, that brought agency for me to do certain things differently. So when we come to, to the table with my teammates, we speak. How are we going to change this, scenario? How can we really join forces to know that what we are offering as SBM Training and Consulting Institute is something very unique, because all our courses actually start with mindset shift. All our courses, and we've taken out in the universe, we've taken out in the people that we interact with, in the businesses that we've pitched to. We said, even if you want, say, a team building, you cannot build a team that is fragmented. You cannot build a team that has got, a bad culture. You cannot build a team that is not gelling. You cannot build a team that people are throwing in, all these. It's like you've got a dustbin, and there you're putting in, everything in there. You don't even sort out. So you've got the waste paper basket or the dustbin in the kitchen. You throw things, and you find that even if you've thrown rubbish in there, there's something that someone can pick from that rubbish. And this is what detox does. You see, detox is allowing everything to get in there, but also allowing it to sieve, so that only you have only the good things that you want to retain. And it's continuous, because we keep on accumulating waste. We keep on accumulating waste in everything that we do. We keep on accumulating waste. So when we accumulate that waste, we need to detox. That's why that's why it's so dangerous, even in the body. If you don't go to the toilet, you can poison your body. So that is a natural detox of the body, that we have to go to the toilet. Every morning when you wake up, you have accumulated urine, and that urine has got all these toxins coming out of the body. So it's the same with whatever it is that we're doing. When we think of mindset change, let's think of it as a detox of the mind. So everyone needs to detox. And somewhere between the pain, the lessons, and the quiet moments of prayer, one truth continues to rise in my spirit. And it says everyone needs a detox, no matter how one grew up. And this is what it is. No matter how one grew up, no matter the level of education, and no matter the positions one holds, there comes a time when the mind becomes too full of things. I mean, those people that have passed through the mindset change, we've got an analysis of how the mind works with upbringing, with education, and with positions, and with everyday environment. So we've got how we deal with all these things, and how we can actually pour in the new knowledge, pour in the water that purifies that, and it becomes clearer and clearer, and then you can be able to think afresh. So when it comes to there comes a time when the mind becomes too full. It becomes full of expectations, and full of disappointments, full of beliefs that no longer serve us, inherited patterns, from our upbringing and everything, and silent emotional burdens. These silent emotional burdens are the things that take people to drink, take people to take drugs, take people to just be, you actually develop, something that only you can be able to say, because you're just speaking to yourself. And speaking to yourself sometimes brings this, oh no, this person needs to go to Chainama. It's not that they're actually crazy. It's just that their mind is full and they cannot reason properly. So you really need this unclogging of the mind, because the silence, emotional burdens, they clog the mind, and clarity gets blurred, and purpose becomes buried. This week, I felt the weight of it. I felt my heart searching for solutions, searching for directions, new directions, searching for that inner renewal that pushes us forward with energy and grace. And then something simple happened. the need to detox. I just said, oh, probably I need to detox. And on the way, we were coming from a funeral of my cousin lost the father of our kids, and we were saying, oh my goodness, this is just so bad. This is just so bad, of life. So I got some. I can say in short, I cooked myself a Chinese mixed vegetable meal to begin that physical detox. I know when you eat these vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, mixed fruits, carrots, and cabbage, all these. They make a very nice detox. So I said, let me start with that. So I did that. And it was a small act. It was a small act, a gentle act. And yet it unlocked something bigger, And so with every bite that I had, I felt something, choosing cleansing over heaviness, choosing renewal over stagnation, choosing intention over, the overwhelm, that I have had over the last, a few weeks. When you're overwhelmed, and it's just like you are stuck. You are stuck, you don't know what to do. But God points you to these areas where you can say, oh, okay, this is so good, for me. So we all need this detox. So, and this morning I woke up and felt really clear. I felt good. Starting from yesterday, I've started to feel good. And today, in fact, yesterday when I was preparing this, it was so much of the truth. It was so much of how I want it to be. And I said this could be a very good topic for mindset change. And that's how, as I was researching, I thought this is good. And this is why I brought this to you. And I hope that one person or two or three will be able to get something, and you'll be able to actually choose to detox so that you can be able to manage your well-being, going forward. So I'm saying, I'm ready for change. Are you ready for change? Because change starts with yourself. If you yourself you're not ready, it's not going to to work for the other people. Because when you point a finger at somebody who needs to change and you are excluding yourself, then change will not happen. Even in institution, when you've got 10 people in your institution, and I use 10 because that is our minimum for training. I say you are 10. If you want change to happen, you have to pull back, from the other 5. If 5 are for and 5 are against, change will not happen. So you have to develop change agents among the 10 so that they can start to pull the things that are befitting in the strategy of the organization, in the strategy of your family, so that slowly you can start to pull each other towards the change that you have. So when you now have got 7 and 3 at this side, change will happen because you'll be able to make those decisions that benefit the bigger picture. So because detoxing is not only about food, it is a mindset. It is a deliberate decision to release what no longer lives that person you are becoming. You have to shift things, release those things that no longer befits, the environment. And why is detox the answer in the mindset change process? Detox frees mental stress, mental space. These are some of the things that probably you can actually jot down and be able to just research on them and see how you can use them in your own spaces. So number 1, detox frees mental space. When you release old thoughts, hidden fears, and emotional residue, and the mind becomes lighter, you begin to see the path that was always there. You begin to see that, mind that was always there. The second thing that you need to do is, with the detox, reconnects you with the truth. Because sometimes we are really lying to ourselves, and we really don't know what it is that we need to carry forward. So we often carry stories that are not ours. And a lot of people carry stories that are not theirs. And it is not good. So detoxing brings you back into alignment with who you are at your core. Who you are at your core. Who it is that you are. That person in the mirror. Who are you? Who are we What are we making, how are we making these things work for ourselves? And then the other thing is detox awakens clarity and courage. It gives you clarity and courage. You cannot transform while holding on to yesterday's clutter. A lot of us actually live in the past. We live in the past. This we must stop living in the past because the environment is quickly changing than the past. If you actually stick to the past, you are going to be left behind and your things are not going to, to work. So detox clears, creates room for new ideas. It creates room for new energies and it creates room for new solutions. The other thing that we need to think of is also detox brings emotional calm. When the mind is clear, emotions settle. You stop reacting from pain and begin responding from purpose. You stop reacting from that painful place where you are, and this is so personal for me because of my the funeral that is so now, like the boys of the children of my sister. I'm trying to teach them to stop reacting from pain and begin responding from purpose. And for me, this is the truth because that pain is done. It's a done deal. We cannot say, okay, no, this thing we're going to start afresh. It's done because Mwamba will not come back. So we have to stop reacting from pain and begin responding from purpose. The other thing that I really think about all the time is that detox is the cure for mindset and mindset change process because it's a process. You cannot just, today you want to stop everything that you've been doing. It doesn't just go like that. So real transformation happens when you consciously clean out the old so that the new can settle in. That is the essence of the mindset change process. It is the courage to comfort your inner environment so that your outer world can shift. Today, I stand here lighter and more centered. A simple homemade Chinese meal began it. But the real work was within my heart and my mind. If you are craving change in your life, in your family, in your business, begin with a detox. Begin with a detox. Begin with gentle release. Begin with one intentional decision at a time. Because when you detox the mind, the spirit will rise again. This morning, I'm ready for change, and you can be too. And in closing, mindset change encourages one to be more organized, more effective, feel happier, and more productive. Because most of the time, when all these things that we do, it starts from your inner place. And this inner place is you in the middle managing your 24 hours. Every single day, we've got 24 hours, which gets renewed in the activities that we're doing, in the things that we carry on forward. And these 24 hours, you have to share them with family and home. You have to share them with mental and education. You have to share them with financial and career. And financial and career holds the first 8 hours of your life. First 8 hours is for financial and career. Your purpose, when you wake up, you have to go to things that give you your basic needs. If you cannot align your thinking to saying, how am I going to socialize my basic needs? Basic needs in the hierarchy of needs is shelter, clothing, and food. These three basic things, we have to make sure that they are coming forward through your first 8 hours. If you fail to nourish yourself with the three basic needs, then you are not a proper human being. Then you are a person who is dependent on others, even if you're an adult. These three basic needs, as an adult over 18 years old, you have to start thinking about them, how you are going to make sure that you find resources to nourish the basic needs. If you do not do that, really, really make it a habit that you start to realign, and especially if you are a man who is nurturing a family, who has got kids, who has got everything that you need to raise proper family. If your mind is all over the place, you need this detox so that you can start your life afresh. And we are saying these 24 hours minus the first 8 hours where you have to really be intentional, be purposeful so that you can put food on your table. You need to detox if you are not in that line, because every human being needs to be responsible for their life and the life of those that actually depend on them. And then the other 8 hours you can actually now, and the next 8 hours you only have 4 hours, because the other 4 hours are making you belong to society. You are waking up, you're brushing your teeth. We call it noise of the world. You have to nourish that. So you only have 4 hours which are given to you to be productive for those resources that are going to give you lifestyle. Because your job or your business, one business, is not going to give you that. So you need to have residual income from other sources within the 4 hours that you have. It's enough for you to actually make a good living. If you don't know how to do that, start the process with us today. And then the other 8 hours is for you to rest so that you can be able to actually nurture, the spirit, physical, and health spoke of the wheel of life. Because if you are not healthy, you are not going to actually manage family, you're not going to manage your mental, you're not going to manage your financial and career spoke of the wheel of life. So being spiritually aligned and ethical are some of the things that you must create time in your in your 24 hours so that you can be able to nourish those other people. And also you have to make sure that you belong to these networks. You have to find time to actually be in the social and cultural spoke of the wheel of life. Because the social part of it is who are in your networks, who is going to actually announce your funeral, who's coming to your funeral, who is going to take your name. So these are some of the things that we must think about. And when somebody speaks ill of someone, don't be in that spirit of also you joining in to speak ill of somebody. You don't know them. That only person who is talking to is the person that knows them. So do not join these arguments where you're demeaning someone, you don't even know them. Start the process, detox, so that you stop thinking those things that are there in your life. And then in the cultural part are your values. What values do you carry? A lot of us, what are they going to remember you for when you die? What stories are they going to tell? So for me, these are some of the things that I really want to explore and enlighten and just make things happen. And this is why even our institution has got the training part and the consulting part. So if you cannot come for training, at least consult us, because we're experienced. We are good at what we do. I, for one, have given myself that I am the best at what I do, and I belong into this class of people that detox often, so that I've got space for new beginnings and new energies and new things that come, to us. So if you're interested in the topic of detoxing, in the topic of mindset change process, please get in touch with us at there's the number that is scrolling there, or you can find the number in the chat box so that you can be able to join us and be that space where doing. So in fact, we've got a class going, and we've got a class going on the weekend. We've got a colleague in the network who'd like to bring his staff, to train. And this is what it is that we do. Your network should be able to, prolong your passion and be able to actually guide through that. So I say have a very good morning and thank you for joining us. It's been amazing, and I'm so happy that I've changed somebody's life. Thank you, and God bless you. Go and shine, go and detox so that we can be able to socialize in that clean body